Hi guys, Rita here, just making another video, and this particular video is about my experience with the side effects of prednisone and what exactly I went through with that. So first I'll go into a little background. I got diagnosed with EGPA in 2020, and as a result of that, I had to start taking prednisone. And I was taking 60 milligrams of prednisone initially. I was on it for about 8 to 9 months, and they slowly tapered me off of it. So I didn't stay on 60 the whole time, but I did start off on 60. And yeah, if you want to know a little more about my journey to being diagnosed and all of that, you can look at my previous video that I have posted on here, and I'll also link it in the description. And as far as the side effects, let's get into it. So that first side effect was acne. I did get a lot of bumps, and they gave me medicated creams and things like that to help regulate that, and I still take them to this day. Weight gain. I did gain a lot of weight in that time frame. That 8 to 9 months, I gained, I think, like 50 pounds, 60 maybe. Gained quite a bit of weight. Increased appetite, lowered metabolism, sugar cravings. My sugar cravings were out of this world. Everything tasted good. Everything, especially the bad stuff. It also affected my eyesight a few times. So there was this particular instance where I was on the computer, and in the middle of me being on the computer, in one of my eyes, it's like a veil came over it, and I just could not see out of it all of a sudden, and it scared me so bad because that's never happened to me before. And it lasted for about 20 minutes, and it happened, I would say, 3 times. And I asked my doctor about it, and come to find out it was because my glucose levels had spiked, and that was the reason why. Thankfully, I was at home and I was on the computer and I was working, and I wasn't like driving or anything, because I think that would have made matters a lot worse. But just something to think about. It can affect your eyesight depending on those sugar cravings and how bad you're eating. Next, increased hair growth. It made my hair grow like crazy, and it was not just on my head, it's like everywhere. Even if there are places that you typically like didn't grow hair before, well, you do now. So just something to think about. It also caused me to gain a lot of stretch marks. So I have had a lot of stretch marks appear on like the back of my arms, like the armpit area, and on my legs. That's where I got most of the stretch marks, was on my legs. And what next? Next is skin discoloration. So it lightened my skin in certain areas, which as a result made my other skin look darker. So now I have like all of these different skin tones everywhere. So like my face is a different color than my hands, and my arms are a different color than like my stomach and my legs. Like everything is kind of a different shade of brown. So, you know, that's something to note. And the swollen face, that really sucked. And it's really like nothing you can do about it. It just makes your face look so puffy and round, and it just sucked. And it happened gradually, but it's just like one day I looked in the mirror and I'm like, is my face getting bigger or is it just me? And at a certain point you like barely recognize yourself. So yeah, so that was probably one of the most annoying side effects. simply because like it's like no matter what you do, you know, anyway, I'm getting flashbacks. The next and very last side effect that I experienced is actually something that just surfaced recently. So I actually just got diagnosed yesterday with something called, and let me not butcher the name, Osteonecrosis. And I have that in my hip. And basically what that is when the death of bone tissue due to lack of a blood supply to that area. So I have that in both hips, but I can only feel it in one of the hips. I realized that I needed to look into it because I was having issue walking. It was hurting a lot and I didn't know what it was. I was having pain in my leg, and at first I just thought it was soreness, but then I started feeling it directly like in my hip and like pelvic area. So when I looked into it, got an x-ray, and then after I got the x-ray, they saw that that may be the issue, but they wanted to be sure. So then I took an MRI and here we are. So that was caused by prolonged use of the steroid prednisone. So here I am 3 years later, still being affected by prednisone, but yeah, so that is the very last side effect that I have experienced thus far. And yeah, so that's about it. If you have any questions or comments or even any suggestions as far as like a future video you'd like me to make, just let me know. I'd be happy to help. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope this has, you know, helped you in some way. And yeah, until the next video.